What's up, y'all? It's Coach AJ here, Dope Life Coach, the dopest life coach out there. And I think I have I'm going to say, Mom, you are the best guest I've had so far. Because I think
right?
No, I think so. Because I've had a lot of guests on the podcast, but I think this conversation is going to be useful. Many people, I talk about our relationship in terms of how you've shaped me, like you and Dad have shaped me as an adult. And how as I gotten older, like how our relationship has grown, like together, as you guys go into up in age and I'm going up in age, how we've like grown together. So I think that this conversation talking about generational wealth beyond money is important because everyone thinks money is just the most important thing. But what I've learned from you and Dad, that it's not. There's far more important. So one of the first questions I want to ask you is, how did your childhood shape you as an adult?
My childhood shaped me by what I grew up into a household where I didn't have a sibling for myself. All of us was cousins. Mom leaved me when I was 9. So with all of what I struggled through in my childhood, I can go back and said, oh, I didn't learn this when I was growing up and how to go through rough times, and it made me more stronger in personality, in strength, and never to give up. So that's one thing it taught me, and it's a yearning experience because you yearn for immediate brother or sister around you. You don't have them, so you have to do with what you have, and that's how I move on.
And I think it's kind of interesting that you said brother and sister, because the one thing I've learned from you is you really push like us three to really be close, like super super close, and
that
we are though. And we are though, and I think it's now I realize that stems from your own childhood. You were trying to make sure that we had that, like we were close to, all three of us were close together. Okay, good to know. How would you define generational wealth beyond money?
Beyond money is important, but generation wealth is how I look at it, is what you learn from one generation to the next, and as you can pass it on to another generation, and that generation can learn from it and instill it, because there's things in my life now that I learned from another generation, so that I carry over, that I can learn, that I can instill in you guys, but it's also love. You gotta, not only sibling, but people out there. What I find now with people, nobody's looking after nobody. Nobody's just,
the community is not.
The community is gone.
It's gone.
When you were growing up, our street was a community. Most of the people died out, and new people have moved in. So I don't find it as a community, because they don't say hi, they don't say good morning. They just,
that is true.
They just staring, and if you don't say hi or whatever, they're not gonna say hi to you. So it's limited. It's
dwindling. It's no longer.
It's dwindling.
It's not there so much.
No, the younger generation, not only the younger generation, because I find some of them are adults.
They're your age.
They should know better. Maya Angelou said, "Take a village to raise a child." We do not have that village. Now, right? And take a village for people to live together in community, so that we can help one another.
I agree with you. I think the community aspect is kind of gone.
It's gone.
It used to be there, and now, can it be though that everyone's like in survival mode, and like, because it's not, see, like back when I was being brought up, cost of living was far less. Like you could find a job far more easier. Like things were just different. Like I look at videos from the 90s and the 80s, and things just look more simplistic.
Yes.
Like just everyone just look natural, like generally happy for the most part.
But
But I get what you're saying. That shouldn't really.
That shouldn't matter.
That shouldn't
because
matter.
It's not gonna take an expense out of.
That's true. Just to say hi or
say hello, how are you, or whatever.
And it's so, and we've talked about it. When I go to the grocery store and I say, hey, how are you? The cashier looking at me like cockeyed, like, what are you saying? Hi, how are you? And I'm like, what you mean? Nobody says it to you? They're like, you're the first person. I'm like, to me, that's sad.
Yes.
Like, how did we get here?
They're not there to serve you without gratitude. You can say hi. The person can be at a point where at lost.
Yeah. And
once you say hi, how are you?
That could just
I have a good day.
It uplift them. Yeah, it uplifts them. Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
No, I get what you're saying.
I say thank you when they finish. Nothing like that.
Yeah, but now we've gotten to the point where I don't know, everyone's just miserable, and we need to. I think if we had that community, or if we go back to like what the village that you're talking about, that could actually help more. But it can help
everyone. The young ones, it can help the middle age, it can help the old ones.
The bridge. It's bridging that gap between all of us.
It's bridging that gap between all of us. Right? So that's what is lost.
Do you think that there's still a bit of hope to bridge that gap?
I hope so.
Because I think for me, being now like 36, I'm kind of like in the middle.
Yes.
Where I get to learn off of like your grandkids, my nephews. Right? And then
it's also there for them.
I get to learn off of them. They get to learn off of me. Because sometimes it'll be something as simple as I hear them talking and they're reminding me to slow down.
Yeah.
And then like the middle, like being like in the middle from the older one, I reach out to like you guys to ask, okay, if you're in my position, what would you do?
That's nice.
You know? And then you guys reach out to us because we know a certain thing about our generation. So it's like, if we were to bridge that gap, there'd be a lot of benefits for everyone.
And everybody would learn.
Everyone would learn. Everyone would actually probably have that sense of community again. That tribe, that village all again. Speaking of village, do you think that, because you know how they say it takes a village to raise a child?
Yeah.
I think people sometimes forget you still need that village when you're an adult.
When you're an adult, you need a village. When you're old, but you got to start it from day one.
Yeah, you have to build that foundation from day one.
You can't
and then
wait until later. Then you
gotta try to build it.
No.
When you became a parent, what did you want to instill into us, like to carry on? Like, what was one of the things that you wanted to instill in us?
Most education.
Yeah, that's true. You did not let any of us take a year off. Like, not one of us.
Most was education, and it was important to me.
Yeah.
Right? Because I said, none of you must work into a factory.
You wouldn't let us.
Right? But still, go back to what we said. It has to start from day one.
Yeah.
It has to start from day one. If it doesn't start from day one, you're not going to know what goal. Maybe you guys didn't like it when I said no.
I mean, of course, because you're saying no.
Yes,
but then
I said no.
I'm sure I could speak on behalf of myself. I look back at it now as an adult, and there's many things I'm like, you know what? I get why they said those things. I get why they were saying no. I get why they were pausing and say, no, and try to redirect me in another direction. Obviously, I didn't know any better.
No, because you were young.
I was young.
Yes, and you know so.
And I thought I knew everything.
You thought we all go through that.
Yeah,
we all were young. We all go through that. But what I'm saying, the most important thing for us was education.
Mm-hmm.
Because I said, I do not want none of you to come work I choose where I work.
Right.
Because what I like to do.
Right.
I like working with my hands.
Mm-hmm.
I like certain things in life to do, see certain things progress.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see cutting from a shoe, leather from a shoe.
That's why you like tiny homes so damn much.
Yes, because put together and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That's what I like. But you're like something different from me.
Yeah.
Your sister likes something different.
Mm-hmm.
Your brother likes something different.
We're all different.
We're all different. Right? And that's the thing we should say, you remember when you were going into music, I was so frustrated. I said, I wonder if this thing.
I do remember
you remember you used to go to the music camp.
Yep.
Right. And you remember, I said, wonder if what are you making a church that you can make a living from it? I never said it to you.
But I knew.
I went back and I think back to myself. And I said, you know what? Let you do what you want to do.
You say, okay, when you say education, are you thinking like more like just having like the book smart? Or it was more like for us to...
It doesn't have to be the book smart, you know.
Okay, you just wanted us to have like a good education.
Yeah, it's not have to be the book smart because you can still have the book smart and don't have the...
Yeah, I know. You need the street smart too.
You need the street smart too.
Yeah. And right? I think that was one of the balances that I had between like my growing up is like you guys taught me like the common sense aspect.
Right.
How to move in the streets.
Right.
How to be aware of certain things.
Right.
And then the books taught me like the books.
Right.
Like the things that I needed. Right. So like do you think, I'll ask you this, do you think that's missing nowadays? Having a bit of both?
Yes.
How can we incorporate that again? Because you know what I say, common sense not common sometimes.
Right. Listen, you can't, you'd have to go all the way back because I say it's different.
Yeah.
It's a different environment now.
Different time.
Different times. Unless you're gonna say, okay, you're gonna say, okay, technology is limited as such the life to the younger for a certain period of time. For certain
like the younger generation. So that's difficult.
Right.
Now
cursive writing is out. Right?
Which is nonsense.
Which is out. And I don't understand that. So all of that now, that generation lose that.
It's losing that.
Lose that.
I think it's coming back.
They say they're coming back, but it's coming back for some. But for your nephew, the older one, maybe you have to catch up.
I know, but the middle one and the youngest one, you're gonna catch it.
They're gonna catch it.
They're gonna get it.
They're gonna catch it. So that's it. So you know.
But do you think, like, when it comes towards, like, the comment, like the street smarts and the book smart, what do you feel? All right, I'll ask this. What do you think is missing in the book smart? Because being now 36 on my own, doing my own thing, I took personal finance in college,
right? And
I very quickly realized they should have had personal finance in high school because I was like, "How? Okay, of course, maybe checks are gonna become obsolete. It's not gonna be here anymore. No. Fine,
it started already.
It's already started. We know that everything is like e-billing and da 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 da.
It started already.
But my thing is, and what I'm wondering is like we need to figure like that. To me, it's just like basic living skills. Yeah. What are some of the ways you continue to grow in your retirement?
Freedom.
What does freedom mean to you, though?
Freedom means to me I don't have to get up to go to work. Right? That's my freedom. I don't have to get up and go to work. I can relax myself.
Yeah.
Lay back. All right, if I was working,
you couldn't be able to do this for me. No. We wouldn't be able to do this.
Right.
You'd be saying, oh no, I have to do this. I have to do this because I have to go to work Sunday.
Right. So
especially it's Sunday. It's summer. Do you remember?
Right.
I used to drive you at like 1 a.m.
So these are the things. Freedom.
Yeah.
Right.
Now.
And I work to put it in.
Now so you deposited. Now you're.
Yes, I work to put it in. I work hard to put it in because when you were born, it's not like now, but a mother get 1 year half. When you were born, we only got 3 months.
Oof.
And the 3 months, if you work up until 7 months, right? You have to go back before time. Go back to work before 2 months. Your baby is 2 months. What I used to do, I work up until 8 months.
8 months pregnant?
8 months.
Wow.
Right? Then I get longer time.
We get more time off.
More time off. Right?
But even then, 8 months pregnant. I mean, if people do it now. Women do it now.
People are doing it now.
Yeah.
But these are the things that I'm glad it changed for the generation.
Yeah, at least get a year off.
Get a year off because you can bond with that child.
With the baby, yeah.
You can go out like in this. I used to take you out in the summertime, go for walk and things like that. So it's good
Yeah, that it's changed.
that it's changed, and I'm glad that the dad
They get time off too.
get time off too. So whether the wife wants to take
6 months.
6
I think
months,
it's 6 months or something
No.
like that.
something like that. I don't know
I
how
don't
it
know.
goes. She can take, he can take it, and
Mm-hmm.
So these are the things that is different.
Okay, but freedom is what you have.
Freedom.
I love that. What advice would you give someone that is 30 years younger than you? So like someone my age, what advice would you give?
As I told you before, I said if you have a $50, put aside something,
Just a little something.
just a little something, because it's add up.
That's one thing I've learned.
It's add up because the reason why it add up, if you fall into difficulty,
You're good. You have a little cushion. Because I think sometimes people think of saving of like you have to put this big number.
Yeah, put 100 or whatever.
Right, but you really don't.
No.
If you put in like 20 a week or 25 a week or even a 10 or something, it builds over time.
It builds over time.
If you find like something where it has like a decent interest rate
Yes, yeah.
and you put a little money, it does. It may not be like $1 million by the end of the year,
No,
but over
but
time,
over time.
it can build.
I know it's hard.
It is hard.
It's very hard.
It's
now
not
because
easy.
It's not like when you were young and I could take $100 and go shopping every week.
What is that getting? That's like 3 items, Ma.
Right? You remember I have to take a taxi
Oh
and
yeah.
finish shopping.
But then when
we
we
got
got it, the
everything.
bags we would lift out were bags and bags, and it would last
Yeah.
us 2 weeks,
right.
at least 2 weeks.
Right. So it's different.
Yeah.
now because $60 for just fruits.
And that's
Okay.
insanity.
And that's insane.
And you still haven't bought meat, if that. You still haven't bought a rice, if that, a bag of rice or something like that. So
vegetable.
there you go, vegetables, and you have. It's not easy.
You cannot eat only rice. You need vegetables.
You need veggies too, so
Right.
you need that balance. So
You need
yeah,
that
you're right.
balance.
You're right.
You need that balance.
But if you put a little like 50 or 25, everything kind of
Smooth out.
adds up.
Yeah.
And lastly, what makes you feel good and great in your chapter? This chapter of your life.
My chapter, watching my kids them.
And why is that?
Because you're all grown. You're all grown. You didn't give us any problem. Right?
I don't think you let us or give us a chance
Right.
to get.
You didn't give us any problem, right? So you focus on what you want.
Yeah,
You're doing good.
yeah.
That's why I can't say, "Oh, I'm gonna be miserable because my kids." No, they're okay.
They're okay.
They're okay. I'm watching my grandson them grow.
Yeah,
Okay, and the next chapter now is to hoping that they can gain certain things in life because it's gonna be tough for them.
it's gonna be different.
You're gonna be different.
Very
and you're gonna be tough.
Yeah.
You're gonna be tough. So don't give up. Right?
Hmm.
That's all I say. Don't give up. Just do what you have to do. Use common sense. Think back. If you're gonna do something, and I told you guys before,
Yeah.
and you know in your mind it's not right, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Wait. Look over it. Is this right or is this not right? If you said no, don't do it.
Yep. And I still use that even at 36 now.
Yes.
Still to this day.
Don't do it.
Well, thank you, Mom,
You're
for
welcome.
hopping on the pod. I appreciate you. And I love you.
I love you too.